Welcome, fans, to our YouTube channel. Camera
Hello.
Dad's here to talk about camera topics for beginner photographers, mid-level photographers, and even some expert photography as well.
Yes, experienced photographers. If you want to laugh about us, if you want to have some fun about how unexperienced we are.
I'm Daniel. This is Rudy, and we'll be showing examples. We'll be talking different topics, mainly for our beginner users. What camera should you choose, I guess, is everyone's main question. And what brand should you go with? What size? What price range are you looking for? And what can you do with the cameras? Older cameras and new cameras. We're going to talk about some DSLRs. We'll talk about mirrorless cameras, and we'll talk about older cameras as well in
ancient cameras too,
and ancient cameras that are no longer in circulation. Besides getting them off eBay from a third party or used. So,
inheritance.
All right. So we're going to talk about a few things on this episode. We'll be talking about sensor size comparisons. So when we say sensor size, we're talking about Rudy's going to pull up a little image of the different sensor sizes on Google, and then we'll share that soon. But pretty much you have your action cameras that have like a 1 inch or smaller sensor size. Usually 1/4 inch, and then we'll talk about the 1 inch size, and then we'll go to I guess it'd be APS-C size, and then which is usually for mainly all the DSLRs, and then we'll go to full frame, which is half and half, so split between a lot of mirrorless and some DSLRs. High end and low end have APS-C, so we'll talk about those as well. So
some in between jokes also,
and in between, yeah.
Also, if there's a question, if you want to, we'll be reviewing some comments and questions in the next episodes. So whatever you want to ask, be sure to ask. Subscribe. Why not? Be our first follower.
Yes. Yeah, so okay. I'll pull up an example and then show some examples of, unless you want to show it, Rudy, or do you have it up, or do you want me to pull one up?
I have one over here.
Okay. He's going to share his screen. We'll get his screen going, and then we'll talk about some sensor sizes, just the basics.
Okay, here we go. Let me share the screen.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, remember we said we're gonna whistle or sing while we were loading stuff?
While we're waiting, yes. While things are
it's
loading.
Obligated. Okay, sharing.
All right. Okay.
All right. So this is the one that I wanted to share.
Let me share one really quick.
Sure.
And then we'll go to your
yes. Go to your I'll stop sharing. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm going. All right. Can you see my screen now? You can see my screen, right?
Nope.
Chrome tab. Okay. How about this?
There we go. It's coming up.
Okay.
There we go.
So here's an example picture. And can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So here's an example we were talking about. So we have the 1 and 2.5 inch, 1 and 1.7. These are going to be for like the smartphones, iPhones, probably action cameras, pocket zoom cameras. This is a 1-inch type. So you're already at the Sony RX10 and RX100. APS-C mode is this green square right here. So you can see in the background is a sample image and what you would take if you were standing at the same distance and with each sensor. So you can see these 4/3. You get a 2 times crop, which means it's cropping your image so you don't get everyone or everything in the image. APS-C, APS-C for usually Canon's 1.6 crop. Then you go to the standards, APS-C, which would be your Nikon, Sony E mounts, the smaller Sony
I have a
5100.
question though.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what APS-C stands for? I don't know.
That
I mean,
is a
I'm not.
good.
I just wanted to make evident that I've been shooting with APS-C for like 10 years, and still don't know what it
Yes,
stands for.
that's a good question. We will research that very soon and find out the answer
Next
on
episode.
the next episode. Um, so then you jump up to full frame 35 millimeter sensor, which is pretty much you can get a lot more in the image or captured in the image. So this would be ideal. Now each one comes with a price point. So these are the basics. Full frame, you can use multiple lenses. APS-C, you also have multiple lenses available for those models. So again, both can gather light, a lot of light, but the APS-C you'll have a 1.5x crop factor. They're new cameras. You're able to switch between full frame and APS-C. So depending on the camera you're looking for. And if you notice the black square round, this represents the medium format camera sensor size, which would be the high-end, very high-end cameras. Any comment on that, Rudy?
It is what we're all aiming for.
Okay.
It's going bigger, but
Good. I'm going to go back to
yeah.
your screen now.
Yes,
So
sure.
Rudy's going to give some examples of some of his cameras and the sensors and the pictures he was able to get. So he'll share a couple of those. He
All
has
right.
here you go.
Real quick. So I'm gonna share some pictures that the one that I was gonna show you took in Venice 11 years ago. This was in 2010, febrero del 2010. Okay, share. Okay. Da, 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 da. All right. Sharing. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Sharing.
Yes, sharing.
All right. So this one right here. So that picture, I took it with, no, not this camera. Sorry. Information with a Sony DSCW150. That's a pretty old point and shoot camera. I don't know that model. I bought that camera in 2008, I think 2008, 2007, 2008. But I'm sure it was already like 1 or 2 years old. So what's interesting, what I was talking with Daniel about this is that it's a point and shoot. You don't have to be thinking a lot about aperture, ISO, shutter speed. Pretty much the camera does everything for you, and you're basically just focusing on what you're looking at, the composition, what's interesting. So this is a little bit edited here in Lightroom. This was the original photo. I think I cropped it. Oh, just a little bit. Basically, I cropped this for the Instagram, the old Instagram where you could only post squares. which was a little bit annoying. But anyway, the issues here that I had was that it's um, low light, and because of the low light, I think the camera was it had to shoot slow. Let me go back to the info. Um, I don't even know how to. It says 3/5 of a second, whatever that means. I don't know, but we were standing on a moving platform waiting for a little taxi boat, cab boat, uh, traghetto, I think it's the name. So it was a little hard to keep steady with the low light. So that was with an old point and shoot. I don't have it anymore. Um, Now, the next year after that, I bought this little bridge camera. It's the Nikon Coolpix P100. This was first my first mirrorless camera, but it was pretty cool because it has this little thing, the screen. Uh, it was cool before it became famous. So it's a hipster camera, I guess. I don't know. But this one had a manual setting. You can see here. So I started using that manual setting to adjust speed and aperture. And let's see what we have on that camera. It's a night
And
photo.
mhm. I'm going to make a comment real quick. And for those listening, there is an equivalent model out right now, the Coolpix B600, 16 megapixel, running for about $330. So that's available today, or $200 for the B500, $300, sorry, for the B500. So those are comparable options of the modern version of what he has. Right.
There seems to be a little bit of an issue with the internet right now, but we're back.
Okay, good.
We're back. Cool. All right. So
Good.
this one, like I said, took
Was this
this.
still, were you still here? Or was this were you on a moving bus or car?
I was standing still, but as you can see,
Okay.
this was a night shot.
Okay.
Really very poor lit, but so I had to. I'm not sure if I just like stood very still. It says here that it had a VR. I think it had a little bit of vibration reduction,
So
but it
in
wasn't.
your mind, explain why this is poor lighting to you.
Hmm. It's poor lighting because it's nighttime. The sensor isn't that good. I guess it's not a. It's a, what would you call it? Beginner photographer camera. I don't know. I was trying to move on from a point and shoot to this, and smartphones didn't have good cameras. The only smartphones that had good camera was the iPhone, and but I didn't have an iPhone. Actually, I didn't have a smartphone. I'm not sure. No, actually, I didn't. It was a little Pebble Samsung phone, just a regular phone. So this is not the sensor that this had was not good for low light. As you can see, let me show you. You can see here. Um, Let me try to bring you. You see how there's a lot of color noise here. So
So would you say that a newer camera would be able to pick up those other colors without, uh, you know, focusing or with ease?
It would, yeah, I think it would give you better image quality, definitely. Oh, sorry. Um, Also, I guess it depends. I mean, I wasn't paying attention to everything here. Look, this is what I'm telling you. The ISO on this photo is 160, so there shouldn't be noise, right? But it's a smaller sensor than the APS-C. I'm not I'm not sure, but I think the sensor from this camera is even smaller than 4/3. So, but overall, I would say this is a good picture. I mean, uh, this is the original. This is the edited. Overall, I would say it's a good composition. I don't know. I liked it. I like this mosque in the back, kind of blurry, and some lighting here on the street.
Cool.
Um,
I'm going to say a comment real quick for those that are new to this camera world. The ISO, what he was talking about, is just referring to sensitivity of light or the signal gain for the camera sensor. So the lower you are in a when you would use this, let's say if you're on a bright sunny day, you would probably have a lower ISO to not have it sensitive as much. And then if it's darker, you would, you're opening your eyes more, so you would increase that gain to be able to get more light absorbed by the sensor. So
yes, yes. There you go. Now let's quickly advance 2 years to a newer camera, Nikon D7000 and APS-C. It was a big jump from the other one to this one. Um, so you travel.
and what
Well,
sensor size again?
now this is APS-C sensor,
Okay.
and okay,
Show us an evening shot. Another one, an evening shot.
this is an evening shot. This is a little bit edited. Let me show you the original. There it is.
There it
Okay,
is.
so um, let's see the information on this one. This I shot that with the on APS-C. It's a 40 millimeter focal length, 40 mil focal length, f2.8. That's the aperture at a 100th of a second. So the jump, this one was a 10.3 megapixel camera. This is a 16 megapixel camera with a bigger sensor. So this is the original, and let me zoom in. Uh, there's a little bit of grain, but I was aiming for this, so it looks a lot better, obviously, as
So zoom
the
in, zoom
quality.
point so people can see the grain come out.
Um, let's see, where can you see the grain? I think you.
Put it near the tower, the light at the top where the tower and hits the black in the light. There you go. So a little bit more. Can you do a little bit more?
I can do a lot more.
Okay.
Zoom. I went
Okay.
too far. Those are
Back
the.
out just a tad.
There we go.
So
I don't know
to
if
the
you can see, but
viewer,
there's also some. We call this. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the word. Chromatic aberration. It looks kind of purple magenta. That's what they call it, magenta. So,
yeah.
but
So
that's
that's what. Mhm.
wasn't very good lens.
Yeah.
Um, cool
So that's what
thing.
you're looking. Yeah. So that's what you would want to look for in a lens, right, or a camera, and you would test these things out by zooming in on pictures and seeing if it's blurry, seeing if there's some sort of purple haze or coloring on the edges, which is what he was talking about, chromatic aberration. Usually more uh, pronounced, I guess, in older lenses and lower quality lenses. So,
Yes, yes, yes. Again, it depends. Me myself, I'm very picky, very perfectionist, and I focus on a lot of details. So I'm pixel peeping. That's what you call it, pixel peeping. But there could be some people that, overall, I mean, you're not gonna be showing the picture like this, right? I mean, you frame the picture uh, like this, and it looks nice like that. So, and if you're
And that's
gonna
what
share
your
it on,
printout's going to be, right? When you print it, it's going to be that picture. You're not going to be zooming in, and your guest will not
right,
have a magnifying glass.
unless you want bigger prints, then yes, you want more quality. But if not, I mean, and another cool thing is this. This picture was also taken with this camera, just a different lens, fisheye lens.
Where was this
But
location?
this is the Tower Bridge in London.
Okay.
So uh, this was a 2 second exposure. I was resting the camera on the handrail here. ISO 200. Let me show you the original. That's the original. This lens, I mean, the camera was already getting um, stuff in the sensor. And let me brighten this up a little bit more. I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of grain there. Let's go back to the original. So again, let me zoom in a little bit more. And again, same thing. Not a lot of good quality when you zoom in a lot, but again, you're not gonna, I mean, this is what you framed, this is what you saw in the viewfinder. It looks nice. Um, Maybe we should try to, find a midpoint between framing and going for the best quality that you can and trying to set the speed, the shutter speed. I wanted to get some lights from the cars around here. So this this sensor, the technology is from like 11, 12 years ago. So you can still have, I'm gonna jump 10 years and I'm still gonna show you APS-C sensors. All right, let's see. Okay, not family. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of family. Okay. Uh, this one. All right. So this is APS-C. This was taken with the camera that oh, the one I'm using as of my webcam, Fujifilm X100B. And let me show you the information. See, it's right there. So
So
again,
your that camera is a mirrorless camera, right?
that's a mirrorless camera.
Okay.
Yes. Um, Fixed.
Fujifilm RX100V.
No, just take off the R. It's just X100B.
Oh, X100V. Okay.
It's a fixed focal length. Did I say that right? Fixed focal length lens. So no interchangeable lens. Um, but let me show you the original. And let me go back a little bit. See, there's not a lot of, well, this camera has a, you can do, well, Fujifilm is known for film simulations, and a lot of people want to have the look of old film, what it looked like. So that's why there's some grain, but actually there's some pictures. I mean, that grain was added. Let me hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing so I can actually look for just the last picture that I want to show
Okay.
right
Okay.
now. Trying to find a picture that I didn't take with a lot of grain. This was probably, let's see, hope. Okay. So anyway, um, like I was saying, it's still APS-C sensor, but the technology is a lot better, right? So you can have really good image quality. Here we go. Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's see. This one. There we go. Let me share again.
Go ahead.
Right. Okay, so we're already this at 100%. Well, this is I didn't edit this. This is also I'm showing you JPEGs, not raw pictures. Raw
Okay.
pictures would give you more field to work with. But let me zoom in a lot. All right, so let me zoom in a lot more. There we go. Okay, so if it looks blurry, it's actually just pixelated because I'm zoomed in a lot. It's not really loss of quality. Just I'm zooming in at 400%. So, but as you can see, there's a little bit of rain. I probably had already like a little profile, but it looks a lot better. Also because this was shot in daylight. Right. So there are cameras. Usually, APS-C sensor is not really great for low light. Right.
So daytime photography would work up to early evening without struggling.
Without struggling, yes. Yeah. If you want to take photos of in the evening or nighttime photography, you would need a tripod or just put your camera onto um, somewhere where it won't move and you'll be able to lower your speed shutter,
Like a
right?
gimbal.
A gimbal would work.
Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh,
Okay.
it just, I don't know. If I may, one last, but this is actually, let me stop sharing. Okay, there we go. So with this camera right here, this is a pretty old camera from 1959. I took some slide shots, and let me show you. This is really cool because actually, this is what I like about this. This has better image quality than a digital camera. Oh, I'm blowing my exposure. Let me see. Let me adjust this. Hold on.
So he's gonna attempt to show us a slide with the
Gonna
light.
attempt.
Can you lower the brightness on the light?
I have to adjust. That's one thing about this camera, the Fujifilm. You can use it as a webcam, but you cannot operate it while it's working.
Hmm.
But I think I'm getting it.
That's a good another good note. If you get a camera, today's
Yeah,
cameras, you have a high chance of turning that into your webcam for those people that are working from home or working remote. So you can use your camera for multiple. There we go. There we go.
all right. So this is the negative that came out of that. It's a medium format. It's a 120 film, not 120 millimeter. It's just 120. So I don't know. I think that's as close as I can get, but you can see
Yeah.
the image quality, right? Let me show
Yes.
you two more. All right. So this one, see, there's a lot of detail.
Yep.
There's a lot of detail. I think this was taken with the film had I think it was like a 200 ISO, so
Okay.
it's very low. And look at this.
Where's the location, or what structure is that building?
This is a Zara boutique in Rome.
Okay.
It's not, it's a nighttime shot. I think I put the camera on the floor, but the cool thing about this is that uh, the lights that you're seeing, it gives the sense that because this is a slide, it's actually glowing, right? Well, maybe you cannot really appreciate it on the here on video on camera, but physically it looks really nice, right? And that's my shows. I mean, that's my photos for this show. Let me go back to.
Last minutes. We have about 10 minutes left. Do you want to talk about travel photography and the how many lenses should I take with me? What are the best lens sizes for, I'm walking around taking a quick tour of the town and I don't have all day and I'm not going to take another tour and come back to take a picture. Probably going to have one opportunity to take a shot. What are my options for lenses?
Mm, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, it if most likely if you're gonna do travel photography, it means that you want to travel, right? And you're gonna be walking around a lot, um, and you're gonna be carrying a lot of stuff, right? Snacks or water. Uh, so you don't want a really big lens. I mean, that's my opinion. I did a lot of traveling. Um, so this camera that I showed you, it was really good, but also this is really heavy. I mean, if you're not used to a big camera with a kind of heavy lens, you're gonna get tired. The good thing about this is DSLRs, not mirrorless. The good thing about these cameras is that the battery will last for the whole day of shooting. Um, I don't have two batteries for this camera. I only used one, so I was out all day shooting, 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 and then when I came back to the hotel, just charge it and then have it ready. Now with the new mirrorless cameras, you're gonna need at least two batteries. Um, but regarding lenses, maybe
Something
uh,
in the 12 to 35 range,
yes,
12
yes,
to
something
60 in case you want to zoom.
six. Like for example, this one, this is Sigma 17 to 50. So it's not like a tele lens. It has some zoom between 17 and 50. Again, on APS-C, if you're talking about full frame, then just multiply by 1.5. You do your math. But I would say just I would say take one lens. Like I I I did travel with just this kit, just this camera and this lens, and I took really great pictures. I wasn't worrying about switching lenses. Oh, now I want to do this. There's something in the distance. Let me switch lens, and I need a telephoto lens. I mean, just walk there, get physically closer. I The reason why I bought the Fujifilm, the X100V, from now on, I'm just gonna say the X100V. Um, it's a compact camera. I think I can show it to you like this, right? You can see it. It's right there. Here it is. It's not. Please focus. Never mind. It's so light. It's really light. I'm not worrying about this is so heavy. The lens is so big. I can put it in a little bag and I can carry more things, a book or whatever. a drawing notebook. Um, and again, I'm more focused on what I'm framing. So that's been my style of shooting now. Just whatever whatever I see in the frame, that's it. I can crop, but I can also walk to or walk back, get further away from whatever I want to get in the frame. So again, if you're a big person, if you have muscles, if your wrists are strong, then yeah, sure, you can handle a bigger camera and bigger lens. But if you wanna, if you don't
Travel
want
lightweight.
to, if you want to relax, if you want to enjoy, maybe best advice would be to have a smaller camera.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Cool. That's good. Nice.
mirrorless is also uh,
Keeps the
heavy.
camera size smaller.
Yes, they're
Okay.
smaller, and they're lighter
Right. Right.
and more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, again, this channel is for, beginners. We're talking about different things. We'll have comments going, and we'll be able to answer questions on the fly. We have experience with multiple types of cameras. Again, we're no experts, but we have starting points and advice to give for starting points. So next episode, we'll be talking about different other topics, diving into more lighting scenarios, buildings versus people versus moving objects, and what are the best settings to get those down. And we'll probably talk about a few different areas. Um, how lighting can affect what you're trying to take relating to the people, faces, and moving and still objects. So we'll talk about some more topics on the next episode. So
Yes.
yeah, thanks. Hmm.
If you need a flash, if you need a reflector, um, and also just wanted to mention just a little comment there. So this the name of the channel. Why is it Dad's Cameras or
Yeah.
something like? I didn't like exactly, but we were both influenced by our dads, cameras and photography, right? We um, they were taking photographs when they were young, and they had cameras, they had Nikons and lenses and flashes, and I guess I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they both wanted to be pro photographers. They just started a little bit late.
Yes.
When they were younger. Uh, I think we're doing the same though. I think
Yeah.
we're repeating the pattern, but yeah. So we'll be showing some old cameras, some of our dad's cameras and lenses.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll have more viewers on our next episodes and be able to get a larger audience. And
yes,
we'll work for that as well. So thanks for
yes,
watching, and
yes.
thanks for your time. And we'll
Thank
talk
you.
to y'all later back on Camera Dads.
Tune in for the next episode. It will be better. It will be better.
It will be
It
better.
has to be better. All right. All right.
Okay. All right. Bye bye.